Ladies and gentlemen, are we back or what? This is the Cat's Corner Podcast. Coming to you live on the internet, the YouTube channel, and any place else you get your podcasts. I am Ray W. Don't mean to trouble you, Keziah, a.k.a. Big Shug. I am joined, as always, by the man holding it down for the NWO tonight, Ernest, the Cat Miller, the three-time world karate champion and actor extraordinaire. He's been everywhere but the electric chair, folks. Ernest, what's going on with you?
Man, I've been waiting to wear this headpiece for a long time. You know, Scott Hall gave me this.
Hey,
rest in peace, Scott.
Chico.
He had it on. He had it on one of the episodes, and I said, "Hey, Scott, can I have that?" He took it off his head and gave it to me. So I had it in the closet. Hey, Cody, turn that shit off, man. Yeah.
Man, I thought this was an episode of Shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this with the NWO. I got this for, I've had it for a while. So I wanted to wear it out today, this episode. So here we are. I'm in the NWO.
Blood and Bone.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some blood and bones for real, man. We're going to talk about some blood and bones.
Where you been lately? Where you been?
Let's go ahead, Ray, and get them out the way before we had to get our sponsor.
You want to talk about our sponsor?
Let's go ahead and get them out the way. That's a great thing to do.
Yeah, we love them and they love us. Let's do it.
To most, this looks done, broken, hopeless, a teardown. But wiping the slate clean, that costs more than money. It costs time, resources, and waste. Resight sees more. Beneath the wear, potential. Beneath the cracks, opportunity. We reinforce, we regrade, we reimagine. Because smart fixes save time, money, and the planet. What's old isn't broken, it just needs the right hands. Resight. Practical solutions, lasting value.
Lasting value with Resight, folks. Make sure you check them out for all your constructional needs. Now, Ernest, I know you were in San Francisco last week and you had a story that you wanted to share with us about.
Well, no, I don't have a story. I got a story that people probably want to hear, not just something I want to share. I don't just come off the top of my head and just share stories like I ain't got nothing better to do. You understand what I'm saying?
You're a character and you're traveling this great world of ours and letting the people shower you with their love and joy of seeing you. And you went out to a very nice city called San Francisco.
Well, San Francisco was a nice city, but it was cold as I don't know what out there. And the last time I was out there, I forgot it was that cold, but the last time I was out there doing the James Brown stuff. That was James Brown hooked.
Yeah, the Cow Palace.
Hooked up out there, yes. So, there was a karate event. I go out, I go do movies. Have the privilege of going out doing a wrestling convention, wrestling shows, karate tournament. But this right here meant a little bit something to me. Back in the day when I was about 11 years old, I started my first karate venture. I noticed I would go to the karate tournaments and I win trophies, and I was happy about winning trophies and winning first place and second and third place. I was always great, but something captured my attention one day. It was a long table, and the table was a lot of guys with suits on. Looked like they were very important people. And I couldn't take my eyes off this table. It was a long table with ribbons all around it and everything. And I couldn't take my attention off the table. For some reason, that table just kept calling my name. And I asked my teacher one day, like, what is that table for? Who are those people at the table? They said the people at the table are some of the most important martial artists and karate instructors and senseis and masters in this whole promotion, probably in the whole world. I saw people like Bill Superfoot Wallace up there, Chuck Norris would sit there, and they all had on suits and looked very important. And every time I went to the tournament, I would always recognize that table, man. And And I told myself one day I'm gonna be at the table. Even
Look
when I
what
was
happened.
younger, I said I'm gonna be at that table, man. I'm gonna be at that table because I'm a karate champion, but I want to be known more than just a karate champion. I want to be known as significant impact to this world of martial arts. I want to shake up the world with my creativity and who I am when it comes to martial arts. So San Francisco, I had the opportunity to sit at that table with some very important people. One being Psycho Shihan Oyama, one of the highest ranking guys you would meet. He created Oyama Karate. He wanted social karate for Oyama. He wanted his first student.
Mm-hmm.
And this the guy created Kyokushin. So, I got to sit at that table, man, and I was looking proud with people coming up there. But not only did I get to sit at the table, I got to sit at the table recognized as legend Ernest the Cat Miller, WCW legend.
Love it. A dream realized.
So we got a picture. If you guys want to see this picture, if Cody want to put it up, I sent him a picture of me sitting at that table, and you can see how
I saw you, man. You were in your Sunday best, baby.
You can see how proud.
Looking like
right there.
like a broke ass Bobby Lashley.
Listen. You can hate and play.
I don't hate. I give you all the respect in the world.
When you go sit at that lunchroom table making bananas and pickles and hamburgers, I don't come and play with you. Don't you play with me when I'm sitting in an important room like this sitting right next to me is the 84-year-old Oyama, who created him and the brother social, I think it's social Oyama. He was Michael White instructor.
Oh, wow.
This guy was bad, man. This was Mas Oyama first karate student. Now that's my Psycho Shihan. He's the guy over the style that I've been taking for 9 years.
That's awesome.
And I'm a brown belt. So he was going to be the one to have to give me my brown belt. So I had the privilege of sitting at the table, man, at this big tournament. And I saw some of the best fighting and so much respect for discipline and respect for the art that man, I just couldn't wait to sit at that table. I sat there for 4 hours and didn't move.
Well, I'm glad that you finally realized the childhood dream. That is awesome. We have a packed show today for the people out there that's tuning in. A lot of times we do a lot of professional wrestling on this show because Cat is a legend in that sport along with the martial arts. And he came along a little early. My man Cat did with the MMA stuff.
But right now, before we get him on here, let's talk about this guy a little bit, dog.
Yeah,
you can't just introduce.
I'm just letting you know that we got two in the hangar. We got two in the hangar ready to take off.
Let me ask you something. When you make a hamburger, do you eat it before you put the ketchup on?
No. Man, you got to put the condiments on, baby.
Okay. When you have some donuts, do you eat them before you drink the coffee?
No, I do not.
Okay, all right. Then we can't just bring.
You're moving around on the camera and the people can't see you. So hang with me, baby. Hang with me.
Listen, we just can't introduce this guy, man, because this guy go back, man. This guy kind of one of my heroes too, because I was right on that pivotal moment of trying to figure out: do I want to wrestle or do I want to go into this thing they were calling Pride and UFC? I didn't know what I wanted to do. But, I just want to tell you, before the MMA became like $1 billion business, there were real fighters, man, walking into the danger for respect.
Correct.
And there was no social media. It wasn't easy money. It was just violent and survival, man. Back in the day when this fighting first started.
You had to be a real one to do that back then. You fighting more than one time a night, not once every 3 months. You fighting 2 or 3 times a night sometimes with these tournaments.
So what do you have to say about that?
I'm saying that it's come a long way, and those guys that started this stuff like our main guest tonight, who blazed the trail for so many people today. They owe a lot to those guys that really started out, because I mean it hooked me from the very beginning, and I bought every pay-per-view there was.
Well, you know what? Let's get this guy. But let me tell you, before we get him out, he was a former UFC heavyweight champion, kickboxing legend. Let's bring on Maurice Smith, man.
Mr. Maurice Smith, champion. Good
Maurice
Smith.
Maurice,
okay,
you look
guys.
young.
Okay, guys.
Maurice, you still look young, man. What you doing? You on steroids?
No. I'm doing nothing. I'm just a little bit heavier, but I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Hey, you can do that now, Maurice. You can get heavy now. We can sit back and relax. And...
Why are you trying to offend our guest right off the bat?
No, he said it. He said it. I did not.
Here's the thing about Ernest and I. We met first strongly in a movie we did with Michael Jai White. And
throw out the name for everybody that go on Netflix and watch it. What is it?
Blood and Bones, right? Some people seen it, I'm sure. And my encounters, I have to lose to Ernest right away. And then he goes, I'm not much on Facebook or nothing like that or any kind of social media, but I do Messenger. And he had given me a request. So I reached out to him. I go, hey, we talked. He goes, yeah, I kicked your ass. I said, no, you broke my arm. He didn't kick my ass, you broke my arm.
Hey, it
was just good.
Hey, Ray, you know how I am. When I reach out to you, you're a friend, first of all. You're somebody I respect. So the only thing I know is say, hey, Maurice, how you doing? I haven't seen you since the last time you kicked your ass.
I kicked your ass.
And it was so funny with the response when he came back. He said, you kicked my ass. No, you just broke my arm. But you know what, man? I knew how deadly you was during that time, man. And it was a privilege, man, that I had the opportunity to work with you on that set, man. I mean, it was fun.
No, we had a good time, man. But again, what I do as a career is not who I am as a person, right? I mean, sure, I was in a skill set that was primarily first. Let me make it very clear. I'm a kickboxer first and foremost before I became MMA. MMA to me at the time, it wasn't as, how you say, when I first saw it, I go, there's no way I'm doing this stuff, right? But then in talking to people, for example, Frank Shamrock became my instructor, and he goes, and I asked him, what's the big deal about the mount, the guard? And he goes, man, that stuff is nothing. And once I understood that, the game was easy. So me transferring into the MMA, I kind of gave everybody the impression that it was easier on my body. It's like checkers and chess and 3-level chess. It's pretty deep, but as far as the abuse on my body, kickboxing gave me a harder abuse, right?
Wow.
So I kind of said that MMA was not as hard on my body versus kickboxing. So I said it was easier in some aspects.
So you trained in the Lions Den. You were in the Lions Den.
For a while, what would happen is back in the day when Pancras was not the Pancras of now, but Pancras of back then, which is kind of with the rings, and UWF, which is kind of, it's almost fighting, but it's not MMA rules. And people have that misunderstanding of the two sports, especially the generation nowadays. So those of us who know Pancras back in the 90s is not Pancras of the days that are now. So they conflict my record with that. And I'm going to clarify this right now. My record in MMA from 1993 to 2000, I think it's 12, is 10 wins, 6 losses, because they count my Pancras record, my rings record as MMA when it's not. I call it kind of mixed rules because we couldn't punch to the face. We couldn't elbow, so it's not MMA.
Oh, what, the open hand?
Open hand, yeah. I'd rather get punched in the face, to be honest.
Yeah. But you're such a nice guy, and I hate to cut you off, but I got some questions the fans that sent me, and I want to get this right here. What you seem so nice, and you've always been really nice, even doing making the movie. When you found out I was gonna break your arm, you was a little pissed off, but you didn't show it. But let me ask you this. What kind of kid were you?
It depends on the age you're talking about. What age are we talking about?
You choose the age and tell me what was most.
I would say probably from age 3 to 9. I'm just a normal kid like anybody else. But then at 9, some kid was gonna want to fight me, and I got scared and I ran away. And then a few years later, I saw a Bruce Lee movie. This is my story, how I got into MMA and kickboxing stuff. I saw a Bruce movie, Chinese Connection, and I liked it. Then I got involved in the martial art from 13 till present, until the time of fighting. So basically, I'm a normal kid. I had, I grew up with my father. Let me clarify. My father, my brother's father, was the guy that took care of me first in my life. So he's my father, and he got killed when I was 3. And no, hang on. 3? Yeah, 3, because my brother wasn't alive yet. So I had him he got killed when I was 9, around 9. So I had him for a few years before my brother had him, right? Mm-hmm. So outside of that, normal childhood, single parent, guys, single parent in our life, and it's pretty much okay, nothing dramatic other than that situation there, maybe.
Quick follow-up. Did you ever find that guy that chased?
Ray, wait a minute, Ray. So I'm trying to lead to something, Ray. So did fighting find you, or did you go looking for the fight?
No, I don't think. No, I wasn't that kind of person. No, when I started playing sports from 9 to we had Gildoby football and minor league, Pee Wee baseball, just sports. Fighting just kind of came in because of the Bruce Lee fan at the time. I think that just kind of intrigued me a little bit, and then I became pretty good at. Not good at. Do you remember point contact circuit back in the day? Yeah. I wasn't good at that. So then I went to the semi-contact and then a full contact.
So when did you realize you was different then? Because you was different.
Well, I'd probably have to say when I got to be in my teenage years and my friends, all of us were doing martial arts. And then when I started to compete, it separated me from them. They didn't want to pursue that I did. And, you don't know how good you are until you get to a certain level. And then when I started getting better and better. And one thing that I'll clarify as well is I'm a self-taught kickboxer. Nobody taught me kickboxing. We kind of learned as we grew. And as I got better, people weren't getting better with me. So when I started to fight overseas in Japan and what have you, I started getting my skills better. But when I went to Holland, I think that's in 89, I saw the Dutch fighter. I beat my guy, fortunately, because if it went further, I think I would have got a bigger impact on low kicking. Would have been, and I don't think it would have been as good as it would have. It wouldn't have been as good. So what happened was I saw they had at the time in Holland, they had 3 classes: C class, B class, and A class. C class is amateurs, B class is kind of middle amateur pro, and then of course A class is pro. So I was fighting A class, but I saw the C class fighters doing a great job on low kicking, which I had no idea. And then when I learned, I had a person from behind afterwards from England that after the fight teach me about 2 hours of how to low kick and stuff. So when I came back home to America, I practiced in the gym I trained in, which is again, nobody trained me. And then when I practiced, I got to practice against the Americans who didn't understand low kicking the level that the Dutch did, as well as the Thai. But I never got taught Muay Thai. And you had a question for me?
Well, my question was, did you ever find that guy that made you run when you were 9 years old?
You're kids. And again, that'd have been years and years and years later.
Ray, why don't you stick to the question, man?
No, that was his question initially.
No, but we already got it set up.
He was just saying, but he basically, that was the blueprint question. This was your blueprint to fighting. So that
I think you could say that was the path that got me to that where I went to. Yes, I mean, it started me in that path. Go ahead.
Looking at it now versus where you are now, do you feel like the modern fighters have it a lot easier than you guys had it back then?
Well, it's ironic that you say that because I don't really watch fighting very much. I know what's going on in a little bit, but I happened to go to a fight a couple of months back. I think I told you this story, Ernest. And just to be real quick, Ernest, my father that I mentioned to you, his name is Ernest as well.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. So I went to the show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I watched these guys fight. And I saw 2 fighters that stuck out to me. One stuck out as he was really good, yeah. And the guy he fought must have been a replacement fighter or something, but he wasn't his level. But the way this guy beat him was so not kill the guy, but just, I'm a better fighter than you. And he was very martial artist, right? A fighter with class. So I was very impressed by him, by the way he handled the fight, oddly enough. But then the guy that fought towards the end of the night he had a 5-12 record, about 5-12, 5-11. So I'm thinking to myself, this isn't going to be pretty good. This isn't going to be good. So he turns out to fight. He fights really well, actually, but he still loses. And then later that night, I decided to say, hey, I saw him, coincidentally, and I said, you know what? Your record doesn't reflect your skill set. And so we talked a little bit more and so on and so forth. And walked away. I said, hey, Frank Shamrock, hey, you know what we should do? We should go out and do seminars, which I'm trying to do right now. And because I think things have changed, because the way the fights now, to me, don't appear that there's great fighters anymore. They're all good. They understand the game, but there's things that are lacking that I think are very important.
But wait a minute. They're not all good.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I thought you said that. You said they're
all
good.
When I mean by they're good, they can play the game.
Yeah,
I don't think
the game. That take me where I need to know right here. Back in the day, people didn't understand how raw the fight world was back then. You know, when you guys were doing it, was raw fighting. It was real fighting, man.
Well, keep in mind, I came in at number 14. The guys before me were, quote, more raw. Yes, and they were raw in my era as well. But because I'm purely a kickboxer, let's say Gracie's were primarily grapplers, and Frank and Ken were primarily mixed submission fighters. Yeah, but now these guys understand it, but they don't really. It's like I watched a fight recently, Rotang versus Teikaru, some Japanese kid, and all ended up coming was a boxing fight. There was no skill. What impresses me about a certain fighter in the fight game, not MMA, was Vasily Lomachenko. That guy showed me what fighting is way supposed to be. Well, I mean, I thought that way, but not as good as him. It's not about toughness. It's about win the game. You can win by knockout. You can win by decision. As long as you win, is all you care about. And if you keep putting on these shows where these guys just hurting each other just to make people happy, they'll be happy because they'll be happy with a good fight regardless. And Lomachenko showed that you can be a great fighter and win on skills and still knock people out and outdo them. That's what's impressing me about fighting. It should be not just two tough guys, my opinion.
Well, let me ask you this. What was the toughest environment you ever fought in?
As far as, you mean a country or?
Yeah, country, a garage. Me, I'd have fought in a garage before. I'd have fought in.
I don't have anything like that. Everywhere I fought, it's been a good environment. I can't think of any place where it's been bad for me, because I think for the most part, it's a sure you go to a hometown environment of somebody you fight, yes, but they've all been respectful regardless. The best fans that I find in this business, in a complete system of a fan base, is the Japanese fans.
Oh yes.
See, nobody can say no to that for the most part. They're the best fans, good or bad, high or low. Go ahead.
They're very respectful.
Yes. And it's the best environment. But even in America now, the environment is, when I fought, it was okay. It was good. I think the only place I got maybe booed was, I think, in it's when I fought in, I think it's Alabama, Louisiana area. And I think that's, so when I fought over there, I got the impression. I felt what it was, and that's the first one. But it wasn't bad. But I felt there was a difference because of, it was. But that's all. Other than that, it's probably the only place. I think it was Bay St. Louis, Louisiana. That's what I think it was, or Mississippi. I'm not sure what it is. That's the only one I felt. I heard things that I shouldn't have heard. It's just come, win. But end of the day, it's okay.
You feel like fame has changed the way people treat you now that you're a champion and stuff like that? Do people kind of roll out the red carpet when they see you?
No, I'd rather be treated like anybody else, right? I mean, what I have is a skill, or had as a skill, but I'm still a person. And sure, even when I got to be successfully famous, whatever in my game, with my homeboys, hey, I'm still Maurice. This is not who I am. When they call me champ, I'm like, bro, come on. We grew up together. You're my best friend. So treat me as I am.
Call me Mr. Champ.
Well, Maurice, I think you overlooked the time that we were getting ready to do our fight scene, and you asked Michael White, why do I have to lose to this guy?
Well, yeah.
I'm a world champion.
Yeah, okay. That just,
we've been friends. You said we've been friends for 20 years.
I want more screen time, okay?
He said, Mike, He said, Mike, I'm losing to this guy. We've been friends for 10 years. And Mike White turned around and looked at you and said, we've been friends for 30 years.
No,
Man,
no,
that was
listen, for me, that was only how long our fight our fought lasted what, less than 30 seconds? That's
no.
right?
We had to go over because I had to throw you, and you were bigger than what I thought you was.
Yeah.
What was your weight size then when you were fighting?
Back then in my heyday, around 220, about 220. And I'm 6'2". So, and it was ironic. It's weird that I look at myself when I was a kid, and I think I matured slowly. So I always saw myself as the little guy, but really I was the big guy.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird.
But you know what? It's so funny, man. I did all this studying and I looked up all these questions that I wanted to ask you, and you hit all of them just off the top of your head.
I don't even have to answered.
It's just coming from your heart, because I looked at this as a time that I can ask a real fighter, somebody I looked up to. You know, because when I saw you, man, fighting Gracie,
no,
it was different.
I only fought one Gracie, that was Hendo. We fought in not an MMA fight. It was in under rings rules, right?
Yeah.
Only Brazilian I fought in the MMA realm was Conan Silveira. Great guy. We have great relationship to this very day. But as far as, I never fought a Vitor Belfort. I never fought a Royce. Royce and I, we've met, and I'm okay with Royce. I think he's okay with me. I don't have nothing against.
Didn't you beat one of the Gracies?
A Gracie disciple.
Yeah, from one. He was a Brazilian. He was a ground fighter, right?
No, he was a Brazilian from that. That was Marcus Conan Silveira.
Okay, yeah. That's who.
But as far as I like Marcus. Yeah, we're good friends. I feel. I mean, there's nobody I have anything against personally. Even Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott, he has a bad reputation, well deserved, I guess. But him and I have, as far as I'm concerned, have any problems. I just go in and do my business. It's nothing personal.
Who was your toughest?
But as far as the Gracies helping this to where it is, they brought it to America because Americans weren't fighting Vale Tudo too much at a high level. Or oh, you there?
Yeah, it's coming in and out, but I'm sure it'll catch up in just a second.
Yeah, we're there.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
so,
the question I had was, who is your toughest opponent in like Pride or UFC?
The Brazilian MMA fighting, not UFC. So yeah, it was a great transformation from sport, because I did all kind of sports, MMA, mixed rules, kickboxing. I tried boxing once, I lost to that. Got knocked out by a guy named it was in Canada. I forgot his name. I could give it his name later on. But yeah, I've done a lot of sports and I've been pretty successful, I guess, to a level.
Where's home base for you these days?
Seattle, Washington, always.
Always holding it down for Seattle. Yeah. Speaking of Seattle, we got a mutual friend in Seattle, the Scrapyard guy. You know him?
Yeah, but we're not gonna bring him on yet, Big Ray.
Oh, we're not? Oh,
no, because I want to get this interview with this guy, man, because this guy right here got so much knowledge, man. I got something I want to do with you. See, Ray's not a fighter. I'm a fighter, and I look up to a fighter, and I know exactly. Let me ask you this right here. Did you ever get angry during a fight?
I can say that one fight, if you look at it, there's a fight on kickboxing fight with a guy named Peter Smith out of Holland. And we fought in Japan. And the rules, I think we're doing Muay Thai, but there's no headbutts in Muay Thai. So he once headbutted me. Then I said, hey, don't let it happen again. And during the fight, and he does it again. And then I just changed my rules. And it's on the YouTube. And I take him to the ground. And I did try to punch out of anger in a way. But once the rules are set and we get it all settled, I'm done. So not too often do I fight out of emotion, but that was the only time I fight, I think, emotionally that was showing any of my fights, winning or losing.
Well, how about this, Dan? A lot of fighters can go in and physically fight, right? Mm-hmm. But one of the guys I used to hate fight were those mental fighters that you try to get in your head and stuff like that, man. What separates fighters to you from an athlete?
Well, a guy that's mental, here's the thing. It's like when they have us fight and have to do the stare down, we're going to fight no matter what. No matter how much, I'm going to speak English, how much shit you talk, the fight's scheduled to go. So why do I have to have, I never got into that face off personally, because whether I stare you down or I look down, it doesn't matter. We are going to fight in a couple of hours or the next day. So to me, the mental game is just hopefully you come in with a good game. Now, when I fought guys such as Peter Arts and Ernesto Hoost, those guys beat me. I'm going to put it this way. So Peter beat me 4 times, Peter Arts, right? First time was in France, was a decision. He beat me. The second time in Holland, he knocked me out. My first time being knocked out in my whole almost 10 years of undefeated before this defeat here. Then we had another fight in Japan where he TKO'd me. The last fight we fought in Las Vegas, I felt I won up until the 3rd round, and then we had to go to a 4th round, and he wins. My opinion, of course. Ernesto Hoost beat me one time, my first time. My second time being knocked out in a 6-month span, neck kick, and then that dropped me. And then I fought him again in Las Vegas, and this time I went the distance. Those guys are probably it doesn't matter how strong your mental game is. If you're good, and you're going to win the fight. I mean, I can't say that a mental game doesn't play a part for some people. If you're a good fighter, you're going to go in your game no matter what your mind is. And I mean, I don't look at somebody being smarter than me in the fight game or not smarter than me. If you're good, you're good. And if you're not, you're not. And that's kind of how I look at it. And I can't beat Peter. I can't beat Ernesto. I tried. I couldn't beat them because they were just good with me.
But were you afraid? Do you ever have any fear in your heart?
I don't know if it's be fear. I would probably say more along the lines of caution, because they both kicked me in the same spot, opposite side, in the same 6-month span. So my game was to keep my hand, my neck protected throughout the fight. So scared. Nah, I don't think I was ever been scared. I mean, maybe in the beginning of my career there might have been fear or anxiety or whatever. But once you get there, the first punch is thrown, you're okay.
So, but mentally, what do you do before a match?
Nothing. Listen, everybody has
you don't do nothing.
No, it's just I got to fight. The fight.
Listen to music. You don't.
Well, no, I chill. Yes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. My last fight here was in Washington. And for the first time, I had no, what do you call it? I wasn't nervous. I wasn't concerned. It was the first time I go to Frank. I said, Frank, have you ever had that feeling where you just don't have no more adrenaline rush? I didn't have that anymore. Yeah. And I go, wow, that's almost, that's a lot of years into the game. But that happened towards the end of my career. And it was really weird. I was like, wow, what is this? Because I mean, I know I'm going to war, right? I'm going to go in there and fight. I lost that fight. But it puts me at 50 years old at the time, 49, 50 years old. But there was no more adrenaline.
And you know what? I can kind of speak on that a little bit because, when I was kickboxing 10-0 when they first came to get me, and Shamrock was there, and Tank Abbott. And they were talking about K1 and sending me all over these places. But back then, I remember Eric Bischoff had me to watch a bunch of films, old fights of those guys fighting. So when I came back in and we started talking about how we were going to put this thing together, how we were going to mix WCW with K1 and no fighter. And we had Ken Shamrock there. We had Tank Abbott. And I'm telling you, man, these guys were so mean looking, man, at that table. And I was just sitting there, and I'm new to the thing. And I remember they asked me, Eric said, did you see anybody on one of those films that you think you would match up against or have problems with? And I said, no. And I remember when I said no, that big mustache and old hairy eyes were looking at me. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Dan Severn.
Yeah, no, not Dan Severn. It was
Fry, Don Fry.
yeah, Don Fry.
Yeah.
Man, Don Fry kept looking at me. He was staring me down because I said I didn't see anybody on there that I thought would be a problem.
And you shouldn't.
And I know it, but he kept looking at me and he'll whisper, "Get in the cage."
Well, no, and that you gotta expect that, right? You gotta
didn't expect that. I didn't even know what that meant. Get in the cage.
Well, to listen to it, look at it like this. Here he is fighting, and you're not, and you haven't fought yet. So he's already proven himself. You haven't, and here you are saying, "I don't see anybody that." It's not what you did the right thing. Don't get me wrong, but he handled the right way as well. What the fuck? You don't see me here? You don't think I'm good enough? So he is an athlete as a fighter.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah,
and that's just the way. That's why it doesn't surprise me.
But you know, I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad at him. I just thought he was supposed to do that. For me, every fight I had, somebody tried to intimidate me or check my heart. But you know what? I go to what you said. When I lost that drive, cause I didn't like anybody. I don't care how nice you was. I did not like people. And that's how I fought. I fought you like you had stole my mom's pocketbook.
You would have liked me.
Yeah. Well, I know. I did.
You would like me. Don't worry. You can feel fighting, but you don't like me.
See, you a nice guy, but I know how deadly you were. I saw your right hands and your kicks.
Listen. It's to me. I look at our business of fighting and pro wrestling. It's all about creating an image, a persona. But at the end of the day, we're going to compete, and that's all that's going to happen. No matter what we do out here, we're going to be here no matter what. So I don't.
But you don't fight like that. You're a nice guy, man. I've never heard somebody say a bad thing about you. Matter of fact, we got a video. I want you to see. This guy think he's the toughest guy in the world. I never saw him put anybody over but Bruce Lee. But I heard this little video with put that on, Cole. It's in that video of someone talking about
starting to get tired.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
He's still chuckling. By the end of the round, I'm worried. I'm like, what is he laughing about?
Yeah.
Now, third round, I am so tired. And I'm like, dude, like, why are you laughing? He says, I can't block your punches or your strikes. I only see them when they're coming back. I have to wait till you get tired. And he said this in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm still like still panicked, like, what? And he's going, and he said, go ahead, push. He knows I'm tired. And I'm going, okay, now I'm going to get it. He's going to beat the hell out of me now.
Yeah.
Because I can't really defend. I'm sucking wind, and I'm nervous as hell. And he says, no, just pushing me. And he's not beating me up. He's not doing, which he could have.
Right.
But he said, and one of the reasons I love him to this day, he said, look, man, if we were fighting, you would have hit me so many times already.
Yeah.
And so don't worry about it. And I was like, huh? I still feel like you're going to embarrass me now because I can't defend myself. Coolest guy on the planet. When you could be a champion like that and still give me respect and not take advantage of me, even though I would have accepted it.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought, I would have went home going, oh man, I got tired and he beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Rightly so, because but I wasn't trying to embarrass. I didn't know what the rules were.
No.
But I'm not going to lay in on him because I don't quite know.
Yeah.
But his laughter was like he was laughing with the respect of I can't see he keeps controlling it. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Okay, Cody. Okay, Cody, you can take that off now. But that was just a little bit of this video. And this Michael White talking about sparring,
Right,
and working in the ring with you. Not even sparring, but with you. And let me tell you a nice thing. You're a nice guy. Because he said that at the end that you could, he know you could have beat the hell out of him, but you didn't.
That video, you remember Frankie Lyle, right? Frankie Lyle?
Yeah, Frankie's my boy.
Frankie filmed that and sent it to me, right? And I sit back and go, first of all, I'm a fighter. Mike's not a fighter. And the funny thing about how Mike and I first met, it was weird. I was coming from Japan coming back home to America, and it was at the same airport, and he was going to China to film Kill Bill, his role in the Kill Bill series, and he recognized me, and then we spoke for about maybe 2 minutes or whatever. We exchanged information, and we've been cool ever since, which got us to this film that you and I were in. But for me to fight Michael, it's not a fair thing. I'm a fighter, and he's not doing
he's
that.
He's an actor. Go ahead and say he's an actor. Yeah.
No, he's a martial artist, but he's not. Okay, I'm a sport martial artist. He's an actor martial artist, and they're not the same. But he never claimed that he was better than me or I'm better than him. He just respects me as I respect him.
Well, I mean, as great as you are, we know you great. We know you done knocked out. Ernesto Hooves, man, was the guy. I saw him beat my buddy Rick the Jet Rufus. I saw him lay him out. But listen, you done beat all those guys.
No. Like I said, Ernesto beat me twice. Peter beat me 4 times.
Yeah, but you fought him. You fought these guys,
yeah.
Listen, these are some of the deadliest guys in the world.
Yeah,
and I'm the only one beat you in the movie.
No,
So
you broke my arm. Let's be clear. You broke my arm.
Yeah, I forgot. Now
I'm okay now. Okay, I'm okay now. Okay.
I got somebody who want to talk to you before we get off, but I'd like to talk about life after the war.
Okay.
Legacy. When the light fades, right? When the light's going out, it's time for you to retire. And who are you now without fighting? Because you just seem like almost like a minister. Are you a preacher?
No.
Okay,
no,
all right.
I'm just Maurice as I've always been. Outside the ring now, my life is so if the game kept me involved with the game, which it didn't, that means no commentating, no nothing. That's the way it went. So then at some point you gotta say, okay, now I'm done. So for a while, I just didn't work for a long time. Good job. And then later on in life, I came to the conclusion that I want to do something different. 2 things. One, I mentioned to you about the seminars earlier. And then another thing, I'm trying to change policing. I'm trying to change things in my state that, for example, police officers don't get enough training, consistent training. And what the problem, when I say that, we'll speak for Washington only, that they go to school for 4.5 months now to be an officer to the academy. And then that 4.5 months, only 100 hours is dedicated to how to fight. They call it defensive tactics, but it's a fight, it's combat. And then when they graduate, there's no further required training for them by mandate or whatever. So I'm trying to change that policy. I hope I'll know this year, hopefully, that if we get this change in Washington, it's going to be great. But the idea is that officers should be training consistently to be good. You can't learn something for 100 hours and never practice again and expect great results. And we as a society have accepted this from all the officers out there, be it sheriff, be it police, be it whatever. The thing is, when they get into a fight, they should understand how to do it. It shouldn't take 6 men or 3 officers to put one person in handcuffs. And then when this person gets shot or beat up, everybody has a big, protest. And then you hear it lasts for a while, then it goes away until the next time. And nothing really changes. So the thing is to do that. My goal now is to change legislation policies that say, hey, these guys should mandate to train after they graduate into becoming a police officer. And that should be nationwide. So once if I get it going here in Washington first, then I want to go nationwide. Because again, it's not that I'm pro-cop or I'm anti-cop. I'm about what's just right. It doesn't mean because I don't support cops or I do support cops. That's not where I stand here. I stand at what's right, not what's pro. I trust this because I believe in cops, or I trust this I don't believe in cops. I trust the fact is that the more you train, the better you can be when you get in, and you have the knowledge that they don't have. You can't learn what we learn in 100 hours. This is a lifelong process. And if you're just an officer out of the academy, you should still be training. And I'm only saying 6 hours a week.
Yeah, that's nothing.
But maybe clear here, 3 hours for MMA and 3 hours for conditioning. 6 hours a week. And these guys, but the problem is that they always say, for example, when I talk to the police departments, police chiefs, and what have you, and sheriffs, they always say, well, we can't afford to be staffing. So these, because normally they train, they had to go somewhere. I'm saying, no, train in the local gym you're already at. You don't have to go out of town. You can just train at a gym near your department or near your home. That's a simple fix, and that's been my project right now.
And who's doing the training? Are you doing it?
No, the local martial artists.
Okay.
But what I would do is I would vet out who's proper and who's not.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
If you're going to teach a system of how to, for a cop to defend himself correctly, where it doesn't take 3 or 4 people to beat one person down and put cuffs on, I agree with you 100%. A man ought to be able to handle his own business. It shouldn't take more than 2.
Exactly.
2 men.
Yeah. So again, here's the thing. No organization owns a punch, a kick, an elbow. Nobody owns it. So a police officer has the right to defend themselves against an attacker, but also the officer should have the skill set, the knowledge, skill set to put a person in handcuffs without having to beat them down. Now, if you hit a cop back, he should be able to hit you back. I'm all for that. But when it comes to a person that doesn't know nothing, which is most of society, doesn't know how to do anything, well, this officer should be. If I'm considered, and people like me are considered a 10, the cops need to be a 2 or a 3, because the public is a 0 as far as I'm concerned, skill set wise. The cops should be 2 or 3 above the 0. Not, you gotta be a professional, high-end world champion. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this then, Maurice. Have you ever gotten into like a real street fight?
Only once, kind of, sort of.
Oh, wait a minute. You a good guy. You ain't giving
up.
No,
I'm telling you the truth. What happened was this guy, I was working downtown Seattle, and something happened, and we got into a little bit of a scrum. I guess it 1-2, and he didn't fall. I hit him, and that was it. I don't fight. I'm not a fighter that way. I mean, I can, and if pushed, but I'm not going to start a fight. I'm like,
you my boy. I love you already. Ray, what you think, Ray? Ray, who you think? Would you put your money on, Ray? Me or him?
I don't know. How much you weighing into these days, Mr. Smith? What you weighing into these days? 230?
Now, listen. If he's training, he'll get me long term. Short term, I'll probably 2 minutes I can survive.
If we were in a cow pasture, I'd take Ernest. If we're in a phone booth, I'm taking Maurice.
I'll go back. I'll accept that.
I can't see that's a weasel right there, Maurice. We've been friends for years, and he gonna still take you one way or the other. But listen, let me ask you something, Maurice. I got about six questions, real short. Just give me just one answer, one word answer, if you can.
Word association.
Yeah, just easy. Toughest opponent.
The ones that beat me.
Oh, okay. Best striker ever.
I'd say Ernesto in my game, or Vasily Lomachenko, or Mayweather. It just depends. That's a bigger story. What
about the hardest punch? What do you think that is?
I don't know, because I mean, sometimes the hardest punch doesn't knock you out. So
yeah. Okay, how about the most overrated combat trend?
I think I honestly go with Krav Maga.
Oh, me too. I would think of that. That stuff was terrible, man.
No, I'm just saying. Again, from what I've seen, I can't say I can't.
I'm
just saying, for my opinion.
You're a nice guy, so I said for you, it was terrible. It wouldn't work, man.
In the fight game, I
work in an elevator.
Go ahead.
No, it won't work in no elevator.
It don't work in an elevator.
It just depends on who you're up against. I don't think so.
He's not a fighter.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, that's
if you did, Maurice, he's not a fight. Big Ray don't fight.
Why do you keep saying that bullshit? Like I ain't never talking about it.
I ain't know. Big Ray, okay. Who have you got in a fight with? Tell me that.
You
tell me
that I used to fight every weekend, bro. Every weekend at Sky City parking lot.
Oh yeah, Burger King.
Why?
Sky City.
Why?
Man, when you in a small town with like three or four schools in this little small county, and once you beat up somebody's trying to fight you the next weekend, and it just became one of them things, you know.
But that ain't true, cause I probably only been in one fight one fight my whole life,
Man,
and
I've been in like 4 or 5
short
fights
and
in high
quick.
school.
Okay,
Couple fights in bar rooms when I've been older. Man, I was a DJ.
let me get this right here. Let me get this right here. Street fight or cage fight?
Cage fight.
Mm-hmm. Who was the best fighter you ever seen? Boxing, karate, jiu-jitsu?
That could be that wouldn't be one person, but I'm gonna say in boxing, I'm stuck with pretty much, like I said, Lomachenko, Mayweather, Hagler. There's a list. Of course, Ali. There's a list in boxing. Kickboxing: Ernesto, Peter, Andy Hug, Sam Greco, Mike Bernardo. What else? Because that covers that. Muay Thai. I like the old guys of Samat, Pupaikaroon, Sumlock. There's a lot out there, right?
Man, I tell you what, man. What one fighter you respect the most?
I don't think I can say anybody the most. I just give them all the respect that we run across in our business of combat. So anybody that does it and who represents our sport, be it kickboxing, boxing, MMA, I give them all of them that way. I can't say one person stands out. That's not fair.
You know what? You and Ray probably the two nicest guys I ever talked to. I thought for sure Ray was gonna come on and try to get a fight started between me and you and I.
Man, he's too nice.
Maurice. And I thought you were gonna be cocky and arrogant. You so nice, but I know how deadly you are.
I live in a world. I live in just a regular world, and I think for you, I can make that kind of story, but that's not who I am. I'm
gonna go back and say something though. That I know you were lying.
Okay.
When you got that belt, when you won that championship belt, and you were carrying that belt, you carried that with pride. You did think you was a man.
Which one? Which one?
Oh, which one? Which one? How about the very first one?
The first one was in Hawaii back in '83. Yeah, it was a great moment, sure. But to be honest with you, as I started winning others, it wasn't the same anymore.
You knew. Listen, when I was first of all, I was young. I was just won a couple of little fights here in the U.S. But let me tell you this right here. I used to walk into a club like I was the man. I knew I could probably beat up anybody in there if I wanted to. And most of the people already knew that I was that guy, because I carried myself like that. But I never got in a fight. And that belt, but winning that belt just made me feel like I'm the dude. I'm that dude.
There was a time. This is between me and my brother. I have a younger brother the father that I mentioned to you, that's his lineage, his offspring. So he's my brother. There was a time I was getting good, and we was in Seattle going to get some gas. Then I just out of the blue said, "Hey, you know what? I wish they would try something." Just out of the blue, my brother goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm just saying. I don't know.
They did.
There was a moment that a little bit. I'm gonna say that, but outside of that, yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, we got a guy. He gonna probably try to start a fight if he's still with us. I'm sorry,
he's still hanging around.
I really want this guy. He got millions of people behind him, but listen, Maurice, me and you are good friends. Now I'm helping you get some stuff down here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Let's see if he can help us do something up there where he's at. Bring him on. Bring him on.
How's it going, guys?
Fire chicken.
Good seeing you guys again.
You met this guy before. Now.
No.
I think you beat up his dad. I think you beat up his dad or grandpa.
Wait, then who are you?
So I run the scrapyard out here in Washington. We're big on social media. State? Yeah, I'm in your state. I actually met you one time. It was a long time ago and really old picture, but I used to do MMA.
Ivan over there? Is that Ivan?
Yeah, that's Ivan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you right now?
I'm in Gig Harbor right now.
I wish my boy can throw up at least one video of yours so he can see what you do, because I don't know if you've seen the scrapyard before.
Well, tell you what, Ernest, give him my number and him and I can talk.
No, we gonna talk right here on my podcast.
After we're done.
Yeah, I do that.
Maurice, have you heard of the backyard fights in Washington State by any chance?
Only Ernest mentioned to me earlier, so only through him.
Okay. So we started back in about 2020. We started doing backyard fights. Mutual combat's legal in Washington State. We put up our rule sets, amateur rule sets. We got referees, judges, medical staff, all that. Here's a example right here.
Let's see that. Let's
Yeah,
see
good
that.
Lord.
But in a backyard, basically.
Backyard, yeah. But so I come from an amateur fighting background. So when I put everything together, I try to do it as professionally as possible.
Yeah.
We're big on community and respect, and we accommodate all skill levels. These, I wouldn't say this is the best fight to pick to show.
No. That's gonna happen. It doesn't. I understand all that. I get it. I get what the level you're going because guys want to do it, but they're not really trained. I understand the level that you're talking about.
Come on, Ray, do it, Ray.
It's going well for you with that?
It is, yeah. We really try to push people to, get out there. I wouldn't say push people. That's a wrong way of saying it. But we give people an opportunity to get out there and kind of show their skills or get a taste of combat sports. And some people have experience. Some people have been, very experienced. I'm sure you actually know some fighters that, if you watch enough videos, that have come through here. Some of them have gone on to be pro. Some are pro and undefeated at this point.
Okay. You're kind of like a stepping stone to the next level. With this, in a way, it's not knocking yourself, of course, but there's just like a stepping stone to go into the next level.
Exactly.
To see if you have what it takes, really. So you kind of filter out some guys who really think they're good and it turns out they're not. So you kind of filter it out in a way. I mean, that may not be your intention, but that's what you're creating. Yeah,
I'm right.
It is in a sense a reality check for a lot of people because they have an idea of what they can do.
Hey, before you go on, Ray, if these two get together and make $1 billion, we get some of that too now.
We need our percentage.
Listen. My goal is a little different. My goal is to make the guy, for example, me doing a seminar thing to help these guys get knowledge.
Yeah.
So let's say I go to the dojos of let's say grassroots level dojos. I'm not interested in the big dojos. I'm interested in the guys that are grassroots who are teaching people how to fight. They can, that's kind of what I want to do. I don't mind his way is different than my objective. I'm more about I want to teach these guys here before they even get to him.
Wow. I wonder now, Ray don't look like much.
Thanks, sir.
I wonder if you could take somebody like him and teach him anything.
To be fair,
he's about 5'8", 280 pounds.
It's not about what you can learn.
I'm 5'11", 243 pounds.
Listen,
and I wrestled all 4 years of high school. And Ernest is going to get the shit slapped out of him.
Listen, Ray, the prom queen, and that's all done now. Okay, we're done. Okay,
wrestling is a skill you never lose.
It's the knowledge that you can pass on to people. Right?
Yeah.
Wrestling is a skill you never lose.
Well, I mean, but at a certain age, you're not going to do a shoot. You're not going to shoot somebody when you're
right.
Your knees aren't there. So that's just a reality. But the thing is, my goal is to teach guys, have guys taught. Because I said, I'm going to start my tour, my world tour or whatever in July or August. But I said, Ernest, give him my number. We can write. What's your name? Say there.
Steve.
Steve?
Yeah.
Who's your dad?
My dad is Steve.
No, that's your name.
My name is. Yeah, I'm a junior.
What's your
You know
dad's
how
last
white
name?
people are.
Hagara.
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 I don't know your dad. Then I don't think.
Yeah, we're from originally from Aberdeen, and I
Okay.
moved up. Yeah, I've only lived in Gig Harbor for like the last 14, 15 years.
How far is that from you, Maurice? Is that pretty far
Across
from
the
you?
water. It's about, if we were to drive, it's about 45 to, it could be an hour, but I think if you take the ferry, it's what, 20 minutes, Steve?
Hey, Steve, he's only 45 minutes away. I'm about a 3-hour flight. I'm a 3-hour flight, so maybe we can meet somewhere in the backyard. Would you title that fight?
I would. I'll accommodate anything that anybody wants to do, and I would absolutely love it. If you guys wanted to do whatever you guys wanted to do.
Listen, first of all, I'm not fighting nobody. My days are done. Okay? I'm going to give knowledge. I'm not getting hit for nobody. If
Come
you're paying $1 million,
Hey.
hang on. If you're paying $1 million, maybe we can talk.
Yeah. Hey, Maurice, maybe you could just coach me then, because I'm still trying to knock the young guys out. I don't give a damn.
Well, listen, coaching takes more than just me coming up and showing behind you and talking. We got to work together to learn each other. I'm not.
Yeah,
listen,
I need you in my corner. That's what I want.
We need to train together first.
Steve.
In the corner.
I'm coming down there. I'm gonna train with him, and I'm coming down there. Whoever you want to fight.
How much time are we talking about in advance?
About 2 days, a weekend.
No, I can't help you in 2 days, bro. Sorry.
I don't need no but a weekend.
So we need a 72-hour training camp.
No, you gotta come train. You gotta come train. That's the way I roll. That's the way I roll. I don't want to.
Man.
If my name's attached to you, you're gonna at least you're gonna train first to make sure you that guy.
Jeez. Right?
Because my name is important to me. I mean, you don't see me on social media. And it's he's right here next door to me. He doesn't know. Nobody knows much about who I am, what I'm doing outside of this business. This is the first ever podcast I've done with anybody.
Wow. Yeah. Breaking ground.
So my thing is, anything associated to my name, I want to at least train you first. And then if you win, great. If you lose, you fought your best. I don't want guys going there and fighting and say, "Oh,
we want the cat. We want the cat. We want the cat." Come on, Scrapyard. We want.
No, you can go fight him. You just can't use him. He can go fight. You can go fight for him, but my name won't be attached to it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Maurice,
we're gonna call the guy he's fighting, Maurice Smith. I don't care who it is.
I would absolutely love for you to just, even if it's just checking out what we do, get experiencing it. It really is a really great community that we got out here. And
how many fighters you got?
We do an event every single month. Fighters. We don't have our own fighters. They fight out here. So it could be somebody from any gym. It could be anybody.
How many in your community? About? Our
Facebook group has 77,000 in it.
You're still what you say? That's your but how many fighters out of your Facebook group?
I think we've had about 1,500 fights out here.
That's fighters?
Fights. So we've had more than that.
How many fighters are associated to you about?
That's a tough question. I would roughly guess
two times 1,500. 2 times 1,500.
We do fights every month, and we average 30 fights per event.
Wow. How many hours is that?
3,000.
It's a full day thing. Also don't. We're not charging any admission. Private.
Really?
No.
You might watch it by Ray.
What do the fighters get?
The fighters get exposure, so they get to be seen on social media to build up themselves.
That's your generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Be famous
But not everybody wants that. Some people just want experience.
No, Steve, I'm not knocking you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying the generation.
Maurice, a little bit you are though knocking them out.
Have you heard of gratification?
No, I'm being real. I'm not gonna listen. If you know me, I talk straight. I'm saying the new generation's not about the work. They want the fame. They don't want the fame. Yeah. Okay. So what Steve does is he gives them a chance to do that. But then how many of the fighters that you've had, you say, how many gone to the next level? How many about? And that should be easy to figure out.
It's tough because I could probably name 5 that went pro.
Okay.
Viking Warrior went pro. Terrifier went pro. He's 1-0 pro MMA. Jeremiah Robinson, he is 3-0 pro MMA. Maliko Goon is 6-0 pro boxing.
Okay.
Hummingbird, which is Hayden Allen, 7-0 pro boxing. Batman Smooth. Have you heard of him?
No.
Batman Smooth.
He said no.
He's Muay Thai. He's ready to go pro. He's like a big name locally. Mighty Mouse was out last year, and he came out, trained a fighter, kind of helped corner him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, the community, it's got a pretty good reach as far as like who wants to be part of it and all that stuff. Yeah. And I would say the majority.
I got it. Someone like Maurice Smith hooking up with you and you guys putting some stuff together, he legitimized this whole thing. Yeah. I mean, this dude, all he want to do is be a teacher. He don't want to be a star. He don't want to be famous. He
we'll see Thursday night.
You what?
But
We'll see
anyway,
you out there
listen,
Thursday night, Maurice.
listen, guys.
It's only
No,
45 minutes.
like I
Hey,
said,
Maurice will be out there with the wig on that I had on in Mama Dearest.
no, you had the wig on, yeah. No, like I said, Ernest, get on my number, and then Steven, you call me later, text me first, so I can see who you are, and we can talk about stuff. But like I said, my focus is to get the next level is to be better trained.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens is, my opinion, is a lot of the guys that are training people aren't really that great of trainers. Because when I say that, not that I know it all, I see the fighters who fight now. Like I said, the last fight I watched was Rotang versus the Japanese fighter. At the end of the day, these became two tough guys, and who survived? No Muay Thai, no kickboxing, no grappling, no nothing. So I'm not impressed with the next breed of fighters. And again, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I want the guys to have the skill sets so that when they go to that next level, they are prepared to have a fight instead of relying on.
Maurice,
go ahead.
A lot of your guys in comrade that you was dealing with and fought with back in the day, they're not teaching. Frank, Ken, Tank. I was with Dan Severn this past week in San Francisco. These guys are not teaching. They out doing their own thing.
Yeah,
how do you expect this new group?
Frank does seminars. He just did a seminar.
Okay. All right.
If I do what I want to do, I will have, for example, I want to do these seminars, but it won't be just me. Okay. That's Dan Severn. Yeah.
That was my second MMA fight when I was doing amateurs.
Yeah. Where? Over there?
In Aberdeen. Dan Severn was at my fight. So.
Yeah. So what I want to do, I'm gonna have picture seminars right around the world, and then I'm gonna have. Here's my option of fighters that can come with me, but it's gonna be based on a schedule that they have. So it's gonna be Maurice Smith covering striking, yes, but it'll be a Cain Velasquez, a Randy Couture, Josh Barnett. I can't get Demetrius because he's too busy. But he would love to have done it. He said, but I don't think he has the time now, so he can't. I was looking at George St. Pierre. I haven't got a hold of him yet, but I'm looking at Tito Ortiz, Dan Henderson, Benson Henderson, a few other world champions who are UFC or Pride. Oh, Gegard Masasi. I'm looking at all these guys. When I do my seminar, one of these guys will be with me because I don't know the grappling like they do, right? They know better than I do. And that's the kind of seminars I want to create. It's a 3-hour seminar, maybe 3.5, but 1 hour with me, 1 hour with this person, and after an hour, switch. And then the last hour is question and answers and what have you, and merchandising and all that. So who's the guy with the long hair?
You guys don't know?
I know you, but I don't know the guy with the long hair. No.
The one in the middle with the gray hair.
That's Dan.
Yeah, that's Dan. That's the Rock and Roll Express.
Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, bro.
See, that's what you got to get into, Maurice. Right now, pro wrestling in the real world of mixed martial art, UFC, they all one thing now.
Are they?
They all about entertainment.
TKO owns it all.
TKO, yeah.
Yeah, everything now is combined, and it's money to be made. Me and you can put that connection together. You represent the UFC and I represent the WWE counterpart. And we can go out and we can take all the money from these suckers. I mean,
I don't want suckers. I don't want suckers. Okay.
That slipped out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Listen.
You get it.
Yeah. Those are fans. Yes, I get that. And again, I mean, it's kind of ironic that, like I said before, I kind of slipped away in a way. I mean, there's not very many interviews I do, and not because I don't choose to, it's just because it's just the way it is.
Maurice Smith is back, baby.
When you talk to me, when we talk, you say, "Hey, you want my set?" I told you first, I don't normally do that, right? I told you that from the very beginning. But I said, you know what? Let's you and I talk because we have something else we're going to build up. So, like I said, with Ryan, Steven here, we're local. We can figure something out. I mean, my main thing is teach these guys how to fight because the fighting is bad enough as it is, right? Sure, it's entertainment and all that. But
whoa! Let me answer. I just got something, Steven. Maurice, think about this. Have you ever got a fighter that got beat up so bad in your backyard that they said I should have never let him fight? Have you ever had that?
I don't want to put anybody down.
Yeah, but you don't
Don't
have
mention
to.
names, but say yes, you did it.
Yeah, I've seen some people that
Shouldn't be doing that.
maybe you should have those guys to come in and have Maurice to come down and train those guys for a week or two. He'll tell you
You can't do it, bro.
sufficiently.
Listen, bro, it's not a week or two. I can't do a week or two. You're gonna train the fight. The fight's not a week or two deal. It's a commitment.
He's not. Hey, Maurice, he's not gonna fight. You just eliminating some of the trash. You
No, I'm
understand
just, bro. What I'm saying is, my focus is that these guys who want to train. When I do these seminars for 3 hours, those are for gyms that have a sensei or trainer, and then they train stuff. I can't show a guy wants to fight in a week or two how to fight. Unless you're one of these great, I can't waste my time with that, and I won't.
Yeah, Maurice, you too good of a guy, man. I'm trying to make up some money.
I like how matter of fact,
money, but I not the expense of somebody getting hurt from my.
I want money. I want all the money.
I like money too, but at the same time,
my mom out for $100.
My name carries that guy. Oh, Maurice taught me. No, I'm not gonna have that.
Okay, all right. We ain't gonna be. We can't go that way. Steve, he just chopped me down. I thought we were gonna make some money, Maurice.
Not at the risk of for a week per person.
I'm great. Well, when you come to Atlanta, I'm gonna stand behind you and I'm gonna put on your paper on your back. He don't want to get paid. He just want to teach.
Oh, I never.
Hey, let him teach. Give me the money.
Teach the right way. You can't teach in a week. The hell you talking about just teach? I said
okay. All right.
No. Here's the thing. To your week, my 3 hours. But like I said, the 3 hours that I'm given, it's gonna go to the coach's brain. Now, if you want to say teach his instructors, that's a different conversation, right? A fighter doesn't have the same mentality as an instructor.
As an instructor, have you noticed most good fighters never turn out to be good teachers?
Yes, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody.
Not everybody can be somebody can be a shitty fighter but be a great teacher. For example,
because you step outside of who you are to teach somebody else.
Was like Ryan, Steven, you know Matt Hume, right?
I've never met him personally. Yes, of course.
He wasn't a great fighter, but an awesome coach. He created Demetrius. He created Josh Barnett. So Matt was in my not quote my generation, but kind of sorta.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the great fighter. He won against I think it was Pat Miletich and California guy, long hair now, blonde hair, Eric Paulson.
Oh, okay.
So he beat him. He beat those guys, but he never went to the next level in fighting. So some guys don't have the ability to be great. I'm not saying he couldn't have been, but he wasn't. He was an okay fighter, but he became a great coach. And just because you're a great fighter, means you're gonna be a great coach. It doesn't have. It just depends on the individual, right?
Right. I believe that some people kind of decide they want to go a different route at a certain point too. Me personally, I'm not saying I would have been like a world champ or anything, but I was doing the amateur thing. I had a pretty good record, but I don't know. I just didn't really feel like I wanted to go to the pro level. And maybe it's because the reason I learned martial arts and learned how to fight wasn't because I wanted to make a career out of it. Maybe I just wanted to gain some knowledge. But it wasn't for me going up to the next level, but it's always been a passion of mine throughout my entire life.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 43.
Oh, wow. Puppy. The 43 guys. So
Take it easy, man. Pause that he did and stuff now.
I'm 64. So
we're talking about
65.
I'm 55.
55.
Come on now.
I'm 36.
That's a lie.
66.
I can look up Wikipedia on that one.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Well, you 62, Ernest.
No, I'm 36, Ray.
No, he's 63,
exactly
64.
flipped.
We're about the same age. So
he's dyslexic. He's
Steven's Steven's the baby here. So, and and there's a lot in those 20 years difference, right? And even in the game we're in is an interesting game, whether it's pro fighting, whether it's pro wrestling. They're different games, but they all have different amount of. So Ernest is 62.
Man, that's Cody. To Cody, you're gonna make me fire you one day.
Okay, so you're 2 years younger than me. Okay, so but it's all relative. It is not a big thing. But I mean, his generation. When I compare this to fighting now, his generation has more knowledge of the fight game, but that doesn't mean they're all great fighters still.
Yeah,
that's my issue. Like I said, the last fight with Rotang and the Japanese kid. it became just two guys being in a boxing match. It wasn't about Muay Thai. It wasn't about MMA. It was just a boxing match.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, where's your skills? Where's the martial art that you grew up on? You know. So that's kind of my input. Go ahead.
Well, listen, guys. I love talking to you guys, man. But we've been on a while, and
hour and 15 minutes.
This is a conversation we can have a second connection on where we all can get on here and just talk
his
about
manager
fighting.
next time. He don't do podcasts. We got to get in touch with his manager.
Yeah, we can talk. We can really talk about how we can get together and do something, Maurice, for real.
Well, that's on you, bro. I told
you send me an email. We'll figure it out, Ernest. You figure out what the price is.
Listen, you got a platform, you know, and you see what Maurice is. Maurice a good guy, man. You don't have that. And from day one, he was not the guy I thought he was.
He broke my arm.
Yeah,
but it's okay now. It's okay now.
But when I
watched that movie twice in the last week.
Hey, when I first met you, I thought for sure he was gonna be arrogant. He was gonna be, a fighter. Nice, but this dude was so nice, man. I had a great time working with him, man. And that's why when I saw his face on social media, the first thing I did, I reached out to him and told him to give me a call. And then I thought about you, Stephen, and this podcast, man. We're going to look around and see what we can do down here too, Maurice. I got a couple connection out here, and I love to go on the road doing some seminars with you. You know, we talk about pro wrestling, because I teach. I still teach karate. I still got a pretty good body of students here, you know, so.
Well, like I said, I'm good for it. Just let me know. We got each other's number. You let me know when something's happening. Like I said, I'm looking to start these seminars July, August, right? I think I'm going to go to Peru right now in the future real quick, and then maybe Chile and what's the other one? Bolivia, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at military bases I want to do. Now, I don't know. That's the other market I want to get into as well. I want to help.
Before I let you go, who is your favorite fighter? What one fighter you like watching today?
You asking me that question?
I'm gonna ask all you guys that in a minute. I'm gonna start with you.
Which sport?
I mean, fighting, any sport.
Well, I don't really watch it, so I would say the last time I enjoyed a fighter watching was watching Lomachenko.
Oh man, that was wait a minute. When was the last time he fought?
It's been a couple of years, but he was a great fighter to watch.
And you don't watch any of the UFC now?
No, I have a free pass to it, but I get to my son, he can watch it. No, I don't. I'm not into it, bro. I told you, if it's not involved in me, why do I care?
Yeah, right? You're right. How about you, Stephen?
Oh boy, you kind of caught me off guard with this question. I actually don't watch as much. I don't watch as much combat sports as I used to.
Well, it could be one of your guys. It could be one of your guys, because I want you to bring him on, whoever you choose.
Okay. We have a guy, he's 55 years old.
What? Come on, man, bro. Come on.
No.
Don't do that. Don't.
No.
You're going to make me come out of retirement and come and knock his damn head off. Don't do that.
His name's the Barn Dog. And he's an inspiration, just what he says. But for two, he just kind of defies the whole age thing. Like, he goes in there. Huh?
Where's he from?
He's from Shelton.
Oh.
Shelton Benjamin?
Shelton, Washington.
South of Washington.
The other guy is the Man of God. He's a boxer out here. And another guy that is super dominant in the ring, but his what he says after the fights has so much impact that he's a really interesting character. Those are probably my two ones that I'm really watching right now.
I was three.
Yeah. Mine's Alex Pereira, if anybody gives a shit. Mine's Alex Pereira.
He's like a robot.
He's a fucking cyborg.
Yeah. There we go. That's a better phrase.
He's a cyborg.
Hey, I like to have those guys on, Stephen. Once you get them together, I like to talk to them. You know, and
I just like to say it's a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Smith.
Maurice.
Well, I don't know you well enough to call you Maurice.
No, you do. I just
hey,
Mr. Maurice. I'm just
just
saying
Maurice.
I'm a huge fan.
Ray, Maurice.
All right, Maurice. I've been a huge fan since your Pride days. When you came over to UFC, I was tickled to death. I've watched almost every fight you've ever fought in the UFC. So I'm a huge fan, and continue to do what you're doing. And if you're trying to give back, especially to the police officers and to our military, there's nothing better than that, brother. Nothing better than that.
And
when I say that, I'm looking at everybody, police and public. I'm not looking at just the police or the military. I'm looking at the public.
Well, you can't train the public to beat the damn hell out of the cops. That's going to be some damn good fights.
No. Ray, listen real quick. What I'm saying is the better trained the officers are, the less likely to hurt the public. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I'm with you. You're doing it to help the public. It's like, look, we're going
and the police.
We're going to take 6 of these fools now.
And the police, 2. Both of them. They both benefit.
And Maurice, just talking to you, we talk all the time. But I also trained cops here in Cobb
you mentioned that. You
at the academy. And I also started taking karate after I watched Chinese Connection.
See?
No lie. Around by 11 years old. So, I'm with you. But, Stephen, let me ask you something. What do you have to say, man, since you on here and you got Maurice Smith and you got 2 world champions on here? One is number 1 and one is number 2. I'm not going to put numbers on either one of us. So I want to just say, what do you think about?
You're really pushing for that match. I want to say, first off, Ernest and Ray, I really appreciate you guys for bringing me on here. It's always an honor. Maurice, it was great meeting you. I would definitely like to, circle back and talk a little bit more.
Get the number from Ernest, and then we can hook up. We can talk.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate your time, man.
No problem.
We do appreciate your time here on the Cat's Corner. And that's going to probably do it for us here on this fine Tuesday evening. Thanks for joining us on the Cat's Corner. Until next time.
My guys, man. My guys.